What the? Quick, call my stockbroker. The president's meeting with an illegal dictator with this awful guy in North Korea for no apparent reason. Quick, that's a good buy signal. Let's buy the market. What the? I don't understand this at all. You know what the funniest thing about watching this is? Watch this again. The funniest thing is like these camera guys in the background. Those guys are like, if they screw it up, they'll be in a labor camp tomorrow. Like, run, get it, get the picture. I mean, if the president was in 1940s, would he be like going to like hang out with Mussolini or something? What is the point here? What's going on? And why does the market rally based on this information? I just don't understand it. Anyway, moving on to more interesting topics. Yeah, huge market rally, and UVXY now making new lows, traded 29, and volatility really has come in. I'm hopeful that a lot of you are still short UVXY. It definitely came in more than a lot of people even thought it would. Let's take a look at the charts here for a second. You know, in all seriousness, I hope that someday something can be resolved with North Korea, but I don't see them giving up the one bargaining chip they have, which is having nukes. If these guys didn't have nukes, the president wouldn't even be there talking to them. And all the atrocities that Kim Jong-un has perpetuated, I don't think it's worth even talking to him, but that's just me. Let's go back to and take a look at the charts here. Okay. And BYND, yeah, it's up a little bit before the open. This is the one I've been talking about being short. Yeah, it's up a little bit, but, you know, the whole market's up a little bit. E-minis up 33 now. Let's see. E-minis up 33.75. The VIX down 117 to 1391. Front month VIX futures 15. We've got Tesla, you know, coming back 230 bid now. Really has come back. Amazon 1918 bid, and one I haven't talked about in a bit. Bitcoin 10,900. Unbelievable. I am just shocked that this has gone over 10,000 again. I thought that was not possible at all. But Bitcoin has come back. I've always said I don't understand this product, and thus I'm not going to trade it because I just don't get it. I think it, you know, if anything, I think its intrinsic value is very low. To say that Bitcoin's intrinsic value is very low is not to say that, well, that blockchain technology isn't an interesting technology that could potentially disrupt certain industries and certain governments, etc. But that doesn't mean that Bitcoin has any real intrinsic value, in my opinion. So I'm out on Bitcoin. No thanks. And it rallying to 10,000 just makes me feel like, well, if I could short it, maybe I would. But I don't even understand it enough to short it. So I'm just on the sidelines on that whole Bitcoin thing. ACB, I had ACB in the title for a video before, and I was gonna, or at least on a teaser, and I didn't actually talk about it. But ACB, I did get long ACB last week around. I bought some for 740 and 760, and it's been creeping up the last few sessions. You can see the chart here. It got down to 701, and I bought in this range here an average of like maybe 750 or something. Back up, hit $8 this morning. You know, I'd love to see that just slow creep back to 12 would be awesome. And yeah, let's dig into BYND. Okay, so Beyond Meats, I've read up a little bit on the weekend. I got some of that confirmation bias, you know, where you already have a conclusion, and so you try to read into anything that you see to confirm your belief. So, you know, a lot of other companies are investing in meatless, quote unquote, beef products, or things that pretend that they're beef, or that they're partial beef and partial vegetables. All the main food companies like Kraft and also like Tyson and others are going to get involved with this. There was a little scare on June 21st where some of the ingredients in one of the other competitors with Beyond Meat is Impossible. And there was a scandal with them and one of their ingredients also last week. But I just feel that, like, yeah, this thing has been amazing. And yeah, in the future, people are going to be into this. But I don't think that Beyond Meat has some special thing that makes it so much better than all the other ones. And once competition increases, I think that it's going to go back down. This was an interesting piece of news just because of the name. Famous Dave's jumps 10%. So I guess I should have just gotten long Famous Dave's based on the name. I've talked about it before, but this headline, Famous Dave's jumps 10% after announcing a partnership with Beyond Meat to test plant-based protein options. I've never heard of Famous Dave's restaurant, and I think that they're stealing my name, but I have seen the stock before because I just thought it was funny. But yeah, we'll have to see. Beyond Meat has rallied a little bit, but I really feel like the more times it kind of goes lower and sideways, the more people there are offering up above to try to get out of their longs. And yeah, it is up a little bit today. It was trading around like 159.50 after the close, and now it's traded up as high as 164.85 before the open so far this morning, but now offered at 164, and significant. There, a lot doesn't trade before the open. Let's see how many shares have traded so far today. I know it's not okay. So 95,000 shares have traded so far today and beyond. Let's go to VIX Central and check out the term structure. Now, if I just stuck with my original plan and just stayed short UVXY instead of messing with an individual equity, I'd be doing great now because, of course, this has hit the all-time lows again. We're showing contango now at 8.19%, really getting up there. This thing is decaying before our eyes and will accelerate its move down, according to this contango, if contango stays here. The question is everything, it's almost looking right now like a too good to be true moment where like it's at the all-time lows, contango is building. It's one of those situations where if you were to jump in and short it right here, there is a possibility that we do get a spike of some sort and it flies from here because this seems like the perfect situation to be short it. And every time it gets in the perfect situation to be short it, something seems to happen. So if you're short it already, congratulations, and that's awesome. But to jump in and short it now is sort of risky because volatility is down to that 13 range, which is the lowest it's really been this year. Really, well, it got down to 12s, but it hasn't sustained staying below 13 for very long this year yet. It certainly could get back to its range from 2017. It could get back down to 10 again if the market keeps rallying like it has. If this is just a summer rally that continues and continues, then certainly volatility can continue to fall. There's no doubt about that. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to talk about long strategies in this, because you could get the pop, but you could also get a continued move lower. But let's just say for a second that you did want to take a little bit of a long here, a little contrarian view. What would be a place to do that? Well, if we look at VXX here, I like the idea of selling an out-of-the-money put maybe in September here. So if we go to VXX, we look at maybe the September 22 puts. Okay, so you sell a few of these, and if things slowly march down towards 22, then maybe you scratch them, but you sell a couple of these puts, and then if we get a spike back up, you can buy some other put against that put, legging into a really nice put spread moving forward. So you sell that 22 put, You hang out for some action and some sort of little mini spike or something, and you wait to buy like the 27 put against them. I would think that would be a play to consider to play this volatility to the long side, or at least to the side of stuff moves around to some extent, because I think before we get through the 22 strike, we will have stuff moving around, and by selling that out of the money put, you are collecting decay every day, which is a good thing also. So something to consider, and that if any play I was going to do in VXX right now, it would probably be something like that, because I kind of feel like it's tempting fate to initiate a short with this at all-time lows again. Let's take a look at the VXX chart for a second, and we see low 2462, and that is not the all-time low because, and it's off the screen, so let me recenter my chart so you can see this better, but the all-time low was 2486, but we're about to hit that. I mean, we're very close to that. Wait, I'm sorry. According to this, we are through the all-time low because it's 2473. However, during market hours, the all-time low was 2486. So we will break the all-time low again, which happened in April. If we go back to UVXY, we can see the all-time low for UVXY happened just a couple days ago. But you see here that it really did pop last time it hit an all-time low. It really did pop off of there. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to initiate a short down here. It certainly could go lower, but I like the idea of selling a few out-of-the-money puts and looking for some sort of pop to leg into a put spread. That way, you ultimately end up with a short position, but you leg into it at better prices. Tell me what you think of that and other things. Shout outs to the people I was talking to on StockTwits earlier. Let's see, what were their names? On StockTwits earlier, I was talking to Chesabel, King of Dudes, and Faith in Action. Funny sense of humor, faith in action. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, so that's that for now. Tell me what you think of the prospects for peace with North Korea, and if it makes sense for the president to be there. And if you think I'm, crazy for pointing that out as kind of bizarre. And in the meantime, if you have no position in BYND, time for it to go back down as far as I'm concerned. Want to point out that I am not a financial advisor, and everybody's position and everybody's financial situation is different. That's a reason why you should not take other people's advice for trading and investment. You can hire an individual financial advisor who can check out your individual situation and give you more informed ideas and opinions. This show is just to give you some sense of what's going on, see what it's like to trade, get enthusiastic and excited about the market and trading, and get some more ideas. So hopefully that does some of that for you. Please consider donating to Patreon, as I really do need your support. There's links in the description. And I do have in my back pocket this interview with Kirk Duplessis from Option Alpha. Very exciting. Option Alpha now has 150,000 members. And Kirk gave me a few minutes of his time, which was quite the honor for me. So check out that interview. It should be coming out sometime this week on this channel. The only way to find it is to subscribe and click the bell so you're informed when I am coming on, because I do come on at random times sometimes, and I drop stuff at random times. So to stay on top of it, subscribe and ring the bell, and you will get notified when I do come on. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see if this rally continues. It seems to be continuing to build here. I've also been looking at Xilinx that has had a pretty good comeback. I guess the semiconductors are doing pretty well right now. Semiconductor index up a decent amount here before the open. And of course, ACB continues its slow climb upward. I'm looking at ACB is a cannabis stock that is ripe for some sort of takeover deal. And let's have that takeover deal happen while I'm long it, as opposed to it happening like the minute after I sell it, which is usually what happens for me. Yeah, so that's my little back pocket one is ACB. Just have a couple shares in my back pocket so that you can go ahead and get taken over anytime you like ACB. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one on the Short Vol Show Live.